Hey there! Welcome to Middle Age Crazy, the show that proves being an adult doesn't have to suck. With your host, Chuck T.
Welcome. Come on in. I'm Chuck T, and this is the Middle Age Crazy Podcast, the show that proves being an adult doesn't have to suck. Thanks for tuning in to our official audio trailer. I want to give you a little taste of what's to come on the brand new show when we debut on Tuesday, October 1st. And I really think you're going to dig this show. I've been lucky enough to bounce around the United States for several years as an adult avoiding responsibility. And on that journey, I've got a chance to meet some incredible people with some amazing stories. And I've got a few wild ones myself too. So we're going to be debuting October 1st here on Podbean as our main platform. We'll also be on SoundCloud, Spreaker, and YouTube, and we're currently awaiting our approval from Apple Podcasts. Keep up with us on social media at Middle Age Pod across the board. And now, on to my first two guests. The first gentleman we're going to speak with is Carnage the Executioner, a full-time independent musician that supports his family with his amazing microphone skills. And second is my old pal, Kurt Burrell. He's a full-time TV, film, and Broadway actor, and he's got some great stories to tell you. So sit back, take a little taste, and we'll see you Tuesday, October 1st. Thanks.
I started beatboxing probably whatever year the Fat Boys came out.
Okay.
84? 83, 84?
Something like that, yeah.
So if it was 83, then I started when I was 9. If it was 84, I started when I was 10. And I hadn't really shown them to anybody, and then I rapped for him on the phone one day, and he was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And he just flipped out over my style. And he was like, hold on, wait a fucking minute. And he got on three-way on his phone and called all of his friends. He was like, listen to this motherfucker rap.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy. He had me rap for all of his friends, becoming more real about the music because we actually did our first show at that time.
Okay.
And I did my first show right around the time Souls of Mischief and stuff was hitting. You know, Das EFX and Souls of Mischief was big when we recorded our first song. Concepts started coming in my head, and I just started like writing down lyric notes and song concepts and different stuff like this. All of that stuff happens before I even have beats. You know, like I knew what this rap and this album was going to be about before I had a lot of the beats. I never used to promote streaming, even though all my records were on the streaming platforms. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons is that I didn't put any of those records on the streaming platforms myself. They were all put out by somebody else who was a quote-unquote label or distributor who I was signed to.
So what do you got coming up?
I opened my big fat mouth and said to my wife, you know, hon, if we were to get pregnant, I'd love to be a stay-at-home dad for the first year. So I'm 10 months in, and I got 2 months left. And then we'll talk about what I can plug. Jump to a stoner in college, and I'm a history major thinking I'm going to be a history teacher.
No, was that really wait, hold on, that was your original major with history?
No, I had multiple originals. But at the time this happened, I was going to be a history teacher. So one of my first days of work was with Brad Pitt. And I sat in a folding chair.
Was he just so dreamy?
In front of me. Yeah, dude. Okay, you ready? Can I tell you that story? Now, granted, there were definite and still are times of just like Sahara Desert, you know, no rain. It's not raining at all, you know. So there are times in my career and continue to have times in my career where there's no work. And then there's times when things are going great. You know, like I have vivid memories of being on a show and I have a commercial shoot that's coming up, and I have a pilot that wants me. And the 3 productions get together to find out what my schedule is going to be for the next few weeks.
Ballin'!
And so at one point, we're shooting the show where, you know, all the extras are hubbubbing around the background and all this stuff, and we're going to be working on this thing. And Ice-T, like, raises his hand to the director, and he's like, hey, real quick, you know, how late we're going to be here tonight? And the director's like, I don't know. See, like, we'll figure it out. He's like, because I got to go by 6, man. And they're like, what do you mean you got to go? He's like, I got to get to this dealership by 7. Like, I have to be there.
Thank you for listening to Middle Age Crazy, the show that proves being an adult doesn't have to suck. Brought to you by moonsaltmusic.info. Underground and independent hip-hop for the old heads. Free downloads available now. All show inquiries can be sent to middleagecrazypod@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at middleagepod. Call us at 515-478-3412. Ask for Janice. Middle Age Crazy is a Greg Valentine and Clarence J. Washington production.